Alright, sorry about that. Let's try this again. Good afternoon, everybody. I know nobody's joined me yet, but good afternoon. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Let me get my apron now. I'll be right back, and then we'll get started. Okay, now we have the apron. Shall we get the other mic? Here we go. Put the other mic on so we can have both channels. And there we go. Please, if my sound's not right, please let me know. You know what? I think I know what the problem is in my sound. Hold on. We're not going to shut down, but we're just going to play around for a second before we get started. Oops. Alrighty. How's that? I didn't do anything, but hey, let's hope everything goes all right tonight. You know what? Let me get my headset on. All right. Now it's coming in here to give me feedback. And let's go ahead and open Discord up. Come on. Launchpad. Discord. And Discord is opening up. So give it a second. I'm sorry. It's been a discombobulating day. Okay, Discord. Here we are. Let's find a voice chat. Close that down. And back to the OBS screen so I can see what's going on. All right, so I think we got everything finally up and running right. Today we're going to do gratin potatoes and sausage. So the first thing we're going to do is wash and peel our potatoes. And as we're doing that, we're going to slice them up nice and thin to hopefully speed the cook time up. So go ahead and get my oven started. All right, oven started. Put the fan on too. And let's go ahead and peel our potatoes. So, as I said, it's just been a little bit of a rough day. It's been a rough week so far. But it is what it is. We'll get through it. Okay. And this is what we're gonna end up baking our potatoes in. But I'm gonna put some water in it right now before I start slicing potatoes up into it. And we'll drain that water off later. We still gotta make a cheese sauce too. Got 3 different cheeses we're gonna use tonight in it. So we'll see how that goes. There's gonna be some downtime tonight to just sit here, chill, and talk and that while it bakes. But hey, why not? So again, we're just peeling our potatoes, And then hopefully by slicing them nice and thin, they'll cook faster. That way I don't have to fill as much time, but we'll see. Set those there for now. We'll come back to them. So this is my little slicer. Nice and thin. And it'll also give me an idea of how many to actually slice up, because we're also going to put some sausage in these tonight. So this in itself will make a small meal. And oh, I also have some asparagus to cook. So not once we get this in the oven, we'll work on the asparagus, and we're going to use our fish grill for that. It's actually a really neat little thing that is typical in a Japanese home. So yeah, we're gonna need a couple more potatoes at least. But yesterday and today were pretty cold too, so it was no fun being at work because it was cold. But we're making progress on the project. Looks like hopefully I'll be home sometime the end of April, middle of May at the latest. And that's a good thing. I love it here, but I'll be honest, there's things that just not happy about here this time. It's nothing to do with Japan itself, but I just need to get this project done so I can get away from that problem and go home. But that's not for this show. So, hey, Dr. Z. Dr. Z, how's my sound doing? Yes, I'm putting them in water to keep them from browning while we make the cheese sauce. And then once we put the cheese sauce on it, we will, or before we put the cheese sauce on it, we will drain the water off the potatoes. It's just a little trick to keep them from turning brown on me. And yeah, I'm thinking at least one more. But yeah, that's all that is. Is just to keep the potatoes from turning brown, from oxidizing, while we wait to cook the cheese sauce up. Hey, Fi, welcome to Dr. Z again. Welcome. You guys are amazing. My day was so horrible, I almost didn't want to do this today, but the more I thought about it, this makes me happy. So, we're doing it. Sorry, a little emotional. But yeah, we're just gonna peel them up, slice them up in the water, and then we'll make our cheese sauce, and then we'll get them in the oven. We'll make our we'll get our asparagus going too. So this slices them pretty thin, which is a good thing. You know what? I left the light on behind me, so I feel like I'm a little warm on the picture up top. So after I get this potato sliced up, which will be the last one, with the sausage and all that we're going to put in there, that should be plenty of potato. Oh, fuck. Let's hope there's no blood. Oh, there's going to be a little, so let's be a little more careful. Use this one as a pusher. Oh yeah, we got blood coming. Joy. It's all right. We'll wrap it in a paper towel so we don't get blood in our food. I guess that happens. Let's see. Looks fine, but you're a photographer. You want to be cool off the appearance. Yes, 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 yes. There we go. Now I'm not. Now it's not so warm. Now it's not so warm. And so we should be a little more careful with a knife. All right, so we're just gonna set those in there, set those aside, and hope the bleeding stops here soon. I wish I had a Band-Aid. But anyways, life happens. Yep. Ouch. Yeah. It's a boo-boo. But we'll be alright. We'll make do. Definitely cut myself worse at work. Yeah, it's not too bad. Just it's actually pretty superficial, but it looks like it's gonna want to bleed for a little minute. That's okay. But I don't know, it's all right. So next step I want to do is grate cheese. So we can make our cheese sauce. So as I said, I'm going to use 3 different types of cheese tonight. Some cheese I found in the Japanese market. This is, yeah, I took a bite of this because this is, broke it off. It's actually pretty good. It's Mimolette. It's pretty good. We're going to use some Gori and some red cheddar. So since this one's open, we'll go ahead and start slicing this one up. Bingo. Oh, it's not crazy glue, but we'll try it. It's Gorilla Super Glue. Good call. Good call. That should work. Hopefully. Nope, still bleeding. And I don't want to glue my fingers together. We'll get it. We'll be alright. Yes, it seems the bleeding's stopping a little bit. Anyways, let's get rid of this one and get another one. Looks like some American and bigger. I can understand that. Yeah, it's still bleeding. Bleeding a lot better, a lot worse than I thought I was. It's all right. All right, so thumb tucked away to keep the blood off of the food. Don't want to eat my own blood. And so it will. Pretty good at doing things left-handed sometimes, so bear with. And I'm just going to grate this right into the measuring cup. This comes in a slice of a round ball, so it's a little more difficult than some of the next ones maybe. Careful not to cut this hand now. It's not what I need to be doing. I should have been more careful. Of course, I could have pre-grated the cheese, but then what fun is that? Well, that's fair amounts of the of that type of cheese. Still bleeding. I'll try some more of that super glue again. See if I can get it to stop. This time I'll let the glue dry better. And let's not glue ourselves to it. Alright, in the meantime, we'll get some more cheese open up. And this is a red cheddar. We also learned how indispensable opposable thumbs are tonight. Hee hee hee. And I'll check chat in just a second. But I'm gonna grate this up. Fortunately, I'm pretty good with my left hand too. I don't know if I could use chopsticks with my left hand, but I know I can shoot pool pretty good with my left hand. I mean, I can do the behind the back shots that a lot of people do, but I choose not to. I just learned to shoot left-handed, so I don't have to. That's probably enough. Let's go a little bit more on the cheddar. Alrighty. Looks like the bleeding's starting to stop. We'll figure it out. Degree. And of course, I'm going to make them extra cheesy. Everybody knows I love cheese. Of course, if they wouldn't slice it so thin for the sale, more of a block like what we're used to in the States, I think it would definitely be easier for me to grate. Wants to break, so we'll break it. Gruyere seems to be a little more solid than the cheddar. Don't usually work with this cheese. I haven't before, I should say. But it should go well with everything. So yeah, we're getting plenty of cheese. Alrighty. Just make sure we don't cut my knuckles on this one. And it wants to fall apart. Yeah, we'll put that in there. It'll be alright. So this is a 100 yen cheese grater I picked up today. So I could do this, but yes, that's a little less than $1, but it seems to be working well. Alright, we'll call that good. It does have good flavor to it. So, let's see our 3 different cheeses in there. Alright, let's take a look at It's sharp. I like it. Let's grab another paper towel. Let's see. Hey, hello, what the heck? Yep, it seems to have stopped bleeding. But yes, I'm going to keep it clear of the business that we're doing today. Seems like the super glue worked. Thank you, Phi. Great idea. Alright, now we're going to need a pan. Oh, where's my pan at? Oh, I got applesauce in that one, so I'm just going to have to use this lovely one. The one that doesn't like to sit on the stove by itself. So, cover it until we get stuff in it. Alrighty. Butter. cheese sauce requires butter. Let's see what we got here. And we have just about the right amount of butter. Everything looks like we got just about 3 tablespoons of butter, which should be plenty. So put that in there. And as we know, that'll hold it. As we know how hot that pan gets quick, let's get our flour ready right now so that I'm not fighting with it. And we're gonna want our milk. Of course, I'm gonna need, you know what? Let's move our cheese to another bowl that we can put it in so I can use the measuring cup to put the milk in. So let's get everything set up because we know it goes pretty quick. And I probably quit babying the thumb. The super glue seems to have worked well. So we're going to use 2 cups of milk. And hey, looks like maybe, you know what? That's close enough. We'll save the other milk for next time. It's unopened anyways, so it lasts a little bit longer. We're going to just set that aside because we're going to take the plastic off. All right, so we got about 3 tablespoons of butter. So we find our measuring spoons, which I should have had set out. Oh, what did I do with those? Oh, there they are. And we're going to go ahead and get our whisk out too. Let's go ahead and get the fire going. And I'll turn it way down because we know how fast this goes. So since we got about 2.5, 3 tablespoons of butter, I'm going to go ahead and put about 3 tablespoons of flour in here. All right, so we got that done. Let's get the flour back up. I'll have to close that later. And of course the pan already started burning. I love this pan, it's wonderful. It's so thin, but for a pan that probably cost $2 to $1, what do you expect? That's all right though. I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna make do with what I have. And we've already got our flour going in there nicely. Of course, I got the butter trapped up in here. There we go. Get that out. And we're just going to mix this all up. And once the butter melts, to the flour's in there nicely already, we will add our milk slowly, and then we're going to cook it for 2 or 3 minutes until the starts to thicken. Alright, so that's melted up. We don't want to burn it because we're not making a dark gravy. So start slowly adding our milk. This keeps the flour from lumping up. We don't want the flour to get lumpy and make our cheese sauce lumpy. And while we got the time, let's add some pepper. Should be enough. And some salt. What we got going on here? 100 new packs of Swogo, 100 pop-ups weighed through, of course. It's better than any $2 pan you find here in the States. Wait, good luck finding a $2 pan in the States. No doubt. Not even at Goodwill. So we're done with that. Now we can turn our heat up a little bit. That'll get it cooking. And then once we get this done, we'll take care of our cheese. But yeah, that's a wonderful point. Yeah, it looks lovely. Oh well. Just glad I'm not making anything with lemon tonight, because oh goodness. Check our flame. I guess we can turn it up just a little bit more. Always the fun part, but I don't want to scald my milk, so I don't really want to go too hot. I probably am a little warm right now, but I also don't want to, as I said, scald it, so I'll keep stirring it. And that keeps the milk from burning. We really don't want that to happen. And yeah. So I messed up today. I didn't get all the stuff I needed done for my Swogo stuff. I didn't deploy. I didn't even do my combat missions. So I'm probably going to get a warning or a strike. It'll be the first one in like a long time for a warning. I probably won't get a strike. But it's just been crazy at work and I have no internet, and last night I cleaned up the apartment for the housekeeping, because that's just crazy me, cleaning before the cleaning people come. And then a friend of mine from the south of Japan, a business associate, is in town, so I went out and had a couple of drinks with him last night. So I totally spaced on deploying and getting my combat missions done. And when I went to do it, I was already 15-20 minutes late and missed it completely. Oh well. But I did get my ship's combat mission done and my ships deployed, so I did contribute to the 2 stars we got there. Alright, now I'm starting to feel it thicken up, which is what I was looking for. And this should thicken up too when we put it in the oven to bake. So, yep, we're going to turn that heat off, and we're going to add our cheese. And we're going to stir it until it's melted. And yeah, there we go. See, the cheese is melting, the sauce is turning an orangey color. And that's really all I need to do, because again, it'll finish once it's in the oven. Let's see how it tastes. Actually pretty good. Now we're just going to set that aside, and we're going to go back to working on this. Let's see, use one of our containers to put our cheese in. So trying to get it back in the plastic. And since I don't have any Ziploc bags, I will use the storage container. Get the cheese out of there. Pull the sausage out. Go back up there too. Get rid of the plastic. Today we're not doing alcohol, we're just doing water. Good. All right, so now we can take and drain the water off our potatoes because they're gonna be ready to go in a second. So these are the sausages I bought. Gonna go by the pictures. I'm gonna assume this one's a garlic sausage and this one's a spicy sausage. So we're gonna put them both in there and cook them up like that. And I'm going to go ahead and cut those up also. And actually what I'm gonna do is, to mix it up easier, I'm gonna put the potatoes and everything into the pan and mix it up in there and then dump it back into this pan to put in the oven. So, got lots of sausage. Lots of sausage. But I like sausage. Let's see if I can use this knife without cutting myself. And I'm not too interested in being uniform. I'm just going to them up. I could have probably gone slower and done one or two at a time. But I think that's sufficient. All right. So let's add all of our stuff into our pan here. And then we'll dump it all back into this one in a second. It looks like this pan's going to be a little small for what we wanted to do, but that's okay. That way we get the rest of the water out too. And we'll just throw our sausages in here and dump everything on top of them and then mix it up in there. So we're being a little messy with it, but that's okay. And let's get our spatula out so we can see what we got here. And we're just gonna dump everything in here like this. Oh yeah. Hold that thought. Whoops. Just stir, mix everything up. Should have mixed it up a little bit better in there, but hey, we're having fun, we're cooking, and we're gonna have a good meal with sausage and potatoes and some asparagus. I don't know, who likes asparagus? Let's see. No chew highs tonight? No, no chew highs tonight. No chew highs tonight. I may go have a beer after I'm done cooking, but no chew highs. Chew highs have a lot of sugar in them. And I don't always feel so great after chew highs. So just trying to spread things out. Mix them all up in there. If I had a bigger pan, it would probably be easier. But this pan seems to work great for just myself. You know, it's just me. There's nobody else here with me tonight. I think Saturday, I have a friend of mine coming over that is a amateur magician. So I'm gonna cook for him, and he's gonna do some magic tricks for us. I believe it's this Saturday. All right, so we got everything sorted out there pretty well. Try to clean up our mess on the side of the pan and put the rest of our cheese in there. On top, it'll work its way down. And then we're going to cover this with aluminum foil while we bake so that it doesn't burn the top. And then right before we get done, we may actually grate up some more of that cheese and put on top of it. So this is what we're going to be putting in the oven. And I've got to do my conversion factors here for what I'm looking for. So I want it to cook fairly quick. So I'm thinking 425 is what I want. So I'm gonna subtract 32 from it, make it 400. And we're at 230 right now. That should be good. I believe that's about right. Check my phone, but shrimp and asparagus go really well together too. Oh, I agree. Definitely. Do a shrimp scampi with asparagus in it one night. That sounds yummy. And, oh, not the aluminum foil. Oh, 7-Eleven aluminum foil. It works. Not exactly Reynolds wrap heavy duty, but it'll work just fine to keep our food from burning. Put your sides down, try to keep as much of it in there as possible. All right, so we got 45 minutes left on our oven. I think that's going to be good to go. All right. Now, the thing is, our asparagus is not going to take 45 minutes. That easily is going to take 45 minutes. So we're going to clean up for a second. Get that started. Soap in there. Got me some Scotch-Brite over there I borrowed from work to clean the inside of that pan when it burns. Get our potatoes where they go. There we go. And let's see here. If I can find, I don't want to be too close to that phone. But this phone, well, it doesn't have Twitch on it. I can still do my math to make sure. It doesn't have a camera on it either. So this is my work phone. Because of what I do for work, I'm not allowed to have a camera on my phone. So they took this Apple and removed both cameras. Alright, so let's do it the easy way. Web page. Plus a tab. I want 425 F to C. Yep, got it right. 200. Actually, I need to drop it down by 1. Push the start button again. I forgot to push that start button. All right, water. Okay, that can stay. That was technically meat. We're not going to reuse it. We'll wash it before we reuse it. Bring out another one. And we do need to wash the knife. because I only have one knife. Broke my other knife the other day. My little white one that I like to use, a little paring knife. I broke that trying to get a piece of spaghetti pie out of the pan. Just snapped right off because it was ceramic. Fortunately, it was a clean snap, so I didn't have to throw the spaghetti pie away. That would have really made me mad. All right, asparagus. Alrighty. So this is the asparagus that I'll be cooking. 4 stalks to a pack. Probably really only need to cook one of these for myself tonight. So, matter of fact, let's just do that. Tired of playing with the plastic. Oop, I'm going to save that because we're going to stick this back in here. And we can make this weekend or tomorrow or something. Like I said, we don't really need to get this in the oven yet, or not in the oven, but in our fish grill, which we'll be using. Actually, we'll stick it on this. We're going to cut it a little bit because that'll go in my fish grill nicely. Just gotta find the insert for that, which I believe is right here. I believe that's the insert for my fish grill. It is. Yep. It's in there just like that. So I could actually cook it right on that. But I don't like having to clean that. So I'm just going to cut this, the bottoms of it off so that it fits in my pan there. Put those away. And we'll have this ready to go in because it's probably going to take 10 minutes tops to cook. And prepare it right here in our pan. It's real simple. We're just going to put a little olive oil on it. And we'll shake that around so that the asparagus gets nice and oiled up. Drain it down so I just want the whole thing basically coated in olive oil because that's going to help the salt and pepper stick to the asparagus. So you see, just coated it like that. Rinse my hands off. By that genius. It's working great. It looks like I might be bleeding through just a bit there, but it seems to be holding well. Yeah. All right, then you know what? We're going to use lemon pepper on it tonight. So this is some lemon pepper we made a couple weeks ago. So this is homemade lemon pepper. Oh, wow, I can really hear that shaker even through the microphone. These things are pretty good. Just coat it with that. And some salt. Don't need a whole lot of salt. And then we will stick this in our fish grill in a few minutes and cook it, and then we'll turn it over too as it cooks. Actually, yeah, we're just gonna leave that alone for right now. Put that up. All right, so we've still got a lot of time on that. With that being said, I'm gonna take a short break. I'm not gonna shut anything off. I'm just gonna step outside because I would like some nicotine. No, I shouldn't be saying that on the camera, but I want some. It's a shitty day, and since I can't have my vape pen here like some people have vape pens back home, which I have one back home. But anyways, give me 3 or 4 minutes and I'll be back. Just give me 3 or 4 minutes. And if anybody wants to, my Discord is open if we want to see if that's working or not tonight. I hope it is. All right, where's my lighter? There it is. Okay. Probably gonna lose audio in my ear when I go out here, but hopefully it'll pick back up. Otherwise, I'll have to reconnect it. Alrighty, it sounds like our audio is still connected. Oh. Alright, nobody's chatting at me. Come on, people, say something in chat. Give me something to do. Alright, 37 minutes on the timer down there, so that can wait. Let's rinse this out and dry it. And we're going to grate up a little bit more cheese to sprinkle on top of it when we take the aluminum foil off. This way less of it will stick to the measuring cup. Looks like I need to buy some more of those paper towels. Just give me something to do. Cheese up here. And we're gonna need this back. Actually, I'm gonna go with this one. I like the flavor of this. So we're gonna stay with the left hand so that we don't disturb our thumb. And we're just nice and slow. That was even quick. I never even lit mine. Yeah, suck them down quick. Smoke them a lot slower when I'm at the bar, but when I had people waiting, I didn't want to keep you all waiting too long. But I guess what I do need to do is create another scene that I can pop onto OBS saying I will be right back. It's something I can do between now and Saturday. That should be enough cheese. Stick that back in there. Ooh. I know what I can use this cheese for. One of my favorite things to make, it's quick and easy, is to make grilled cheese sandwiches with fried eggs on them. And I'm going to use Fi's thought on my vegetable peeler to slice the cheese nice and thin so that it melts. And continue to clean up our mess. We've got cheese underneath our cutting board. I'm not going to need a knife again. Put that away. Cheese on there. So, Japanese bread though. This is actually half of a loaf of what you would actually get. You don't get a full loaf. You get 4 slices, thick, very thickly sliced. You can see that that's like almost an inch thick. That's how thick the bread is. And yes, I know you don't always keep your bread in the refrigerator, but I do here because they don't put any preservatives in their bread. So if I leave it sitting up top side on the refrigerator or anywhere else, it gets moldy very, very quickly. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm not exactly into moldy bread. All right, so got the potatoes in, got these waiting. So we're just in a holding pattern for a little while right now. To clean up the stovetop, but we can do that right now. It's always better just to keep cleaning as you go, because that means when you're actually done, you have a lot less of a mess to clean up. I do like this stovetop, even though it has 3 burners. It's just perfect. And for a gas stove, it's beautiful. All right. So we got that done. And these are actually dishwasher safe, so they can go in the dishwasher. Less stuff I have to do later. Rinse that off. Stick this up here. And the thumb murderer will go in there too. Yeah, that'll clean. Just set it in there like that. We're actually going to get the dishwasher started here in a second. It's a small dishwasher, but it works. Now we get to see how well I can text something from my watch. So I just received a text from a friend asking if I was with somebody, and I don't want to use my other phone, because if I do that, my wonderful Apple AirPods will automatically shift to that phone. And I think that might have been some of my audio issues Saturday. So let's see if we can reply. And we can use the voice to text function. No, I'm not with Jerry. I'm actually live streaming my cooking show right now. And send. Hey, it worked. It worked well. Yes, the thin cheese slices work well for grilled ham and cheese. Oh, I bet they do. I bet they do. And I said I do mine with fried eggs. Love fried eggs. I love eggs. I love eggs almost as much as I love cheese. So like last night I came home from the bar and I'm like, oh, still hungry. Let me throw together a fried cheese and egg sandwich. And that's exactly what I did. And it was pretty darn good. And instead of using butter with it to fry it up, I used the Japanese mayonnaise. Good stuff here. Comes in a really weird container, but best mayonnaise you'll ever have. At least in my opinion. Alrighty. So we're at the 29-minute mark. And we got the kitchen pretty well cleaned up. Wash those later. That down. Rinse the food, what's left of the food in here, down into the trap, to the screen. And then we'll empty that too. Good enough. See, Dr. Z, I got one too. All right. So we're getting there. Just gotta wait on that for a little while. That does not need 25 minutes. That probably is gonna need 10 minutes or so. Let's not lose our earphone. Kitchen's clean for the most part. Got our little tool here to help pull our pan out. Hot. That's good. Alrighty. Everything's coming along well. Just gotta sit here and wait. But hey, that's part of cooking. So Saturday, haven't quite decided what I'm gonna do yet for Saturday meal, but I like the idea of the shrimp and asparagus, like a shrimp scampi, and throw the asparagus in it at the end. That actually sounds pretty good and not too difficult to make. The question is, do I get the really big shrimp? Probably not, but I get the smaller ones. And I'll probably cheat and get frozen ones too, so that I don't have to do all the work on peeling and deveining them, because that can be annoying. But we'll see about that. We'll figure that out when we go shopping for it. This may very well be the last Wednesday cooking show for a while also. In order to get out of here on time, I've been told that we're possibly going to 10-hour days. And 10-hour days gets me out of work at 4:30 in the afternoon. So we're gonna, if that happens, we'll be discontinuing the Wednesday cooking show and only doing the Saturday show. But hey, for an extra $110 a day, I can stay an extra 2 hours. It's fine with me. Not going to complain about it. Especially when all I do is watch people work. So today, what got me agitated today was keep your safety glasses on. Keep your safety glasses on, which is my job to make sure people have their glasses on. And I get that. The problem is when you also have to keep this on. It fogs up really quickly. And while the people are actually working, yes, absolutely make sure they keep their safety glasses on. 100% of the time. When they're drilling, when they're doing things like that, that could affect their eyes, then absolutely, safety glasses on. But when you're doing other things that are not involved in eye hazards, to have to keep your COVID mask on and your safety glasses on and walk through a ship, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me to keep the safety glasses on so you can't see while you're walking through a ship. You know, you trip over something, you fall down a ladder, you're going to be in a lot worse shape than the 0% chance of getting something in your eye when you're not doing something that produces something like that. So the sheer lack of common sense on some people just irritates the heck out of me. So that was part of what had me irritated today, because I have to balance what is actually safe. Is it safe to not be able to see? No, I don't think so. But again, yes, if you're going to be drilling, or if you're going to be doing anything like that, obviously welding, grinding, you know, absolutely all your PPE on. But if you're just walking on the ship, going to your space, not walking around where anybody else is working, what are we doing? We're causing more of a hazard by saying you got to keep these on than what we're doing by allowing them to take them off to walk down to the space. I get it. I understand that's the rule, that you're always supposed to have your safety glasses on, but that rule is a pre-COVID rule, and I think common sense for what is actually safe has to rule. But that's just my thought on the matter. Just my thought on the matter. All right, we got about 22 minutes left. So I guess we can wait on that. That thing heats up fast. Thinking about 7 minutes, we're going to pull our stuff out. With 15 minutes left, put our cheese on top of it and see how our potatoes are doing anyways. To hopefully, I said I'm trying not to have to go the full hour on this that I would at 350. That's why I boosted the temperature up to 425. But we'll see. We'll see shortly. So we've got a few more minutes here. Kitchen's clean, which is great. Which means after I eat, I'm probably definitely going to go for a beer. My friend's still in town. He's probably down at the damn country western bar. So I'll probably go down there. But I may go over to the other bar where they have Guinness. If I had my choice, I'd rather have the Guinness. Even though I can't smoke in that bar, there's no country western music. George's, the country western bar, I can still smoke in, but I don't get Guinness. So I end up drinking Jameson Black Label, which is actually a little bit cheaper per drink than the Guinness, but I love Guinness. That's my favorite beer. So if y'all are ever going to send me beer, buy me a beer, it's Guinness if we can get it. If not, we'll go with a whiskey. So, looks good. Put some of that on there. Should fry it nicely. All right, 20 minutes left. 5 more minutes. Everything's clean. Yes, Guinness is a very dark beer. It's very, very dark. And it's an acquired taste. If you're not a Guinness drinker, you're probably not going to like it. But I happen to love it. And I like it best on tap, out of the keg. And it has to be on nitrogen. Don't give me a Guinness that some novice bartender put on a CO2 system, or bar owner put on a CO2 system. Has to be on nitrogen. Dark is an understatement. Can drink it through a straw. Oh, can't drink it through a straw. I used to actually do beer bongs of Guinness when I was out here before at the Irish bar. We would actually do Guinness beer bongs. Dump the whole pint in and drink it all in one shot. So, yeah, I love Guinness. But yes, it's a dark, heavy, stout. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Matter of fact, my brother also loves Guinness. And when he was in the Army, he was stationed, well, he's still in the Army, he's in the Army Reserve now, but when he was active duty Army, he was stationed in Germany, and he would take leave every year at St. Patrick's Day to go to Dublin and go to the Guinness factory. My Red Wings tattoo that I have right here is actually a answer to his Guinness harp tattoo back when I was still trying to be a boy. But that's another story. That's another story. That's another story. But of course, if you all have any questions about that, I'm always happy to answer them too. So please fire away. It's a different lifetime ago, but I can tell you one thing. I'm so much happier now than what I was. I really am. But tell you what, just the last hour I've spent with you guys has really made me a lot happier today too. So I appreciate it. I just really got to tell you guys how much I appreciate your support. You guys are amazingly wonderful, and thank you so much for being here for me. And I hope someday we get a chance to meet. I know it's going to be a little more difficult living up there in the Great North and Thailand. But Dr. Z, when I get back, we're hooking up. We're going to hook up somehow. I will find a way to get up there if I have to rent a car. My car broke this summer, so don't have one right now when I get back. I was hoping I can save up enough money out here to get it. We're working on it. Or to get a new one. But I've also thought about getting a motor scooter type thing, because I really don't work that far from work, and with gas prices the way they are, thinking I might go that route. I can smell the sausage. So we're at 16 and a half minutes, so we're about a minute and a half from pulling it out, taking our aluminum foil off so that the top will brown, and we're going to add our extra cheese. Hello, I hide in my cave. That's all right, I'll bring the Guinness. It won't be on tap, but I'll find your cave. And, maybe we can do a little show together, something. Something quick and easy, and we figured out I can bring my studio set up in your kitchen or something. We'll figure something out. But definitely want to get together for at least a drink. I mean, it's only, depending on traffic, 2 to 6 hour drive, depending on traffic. I'll make it through San Diego and the OC. It's once I get through the OC that, actually it's in the OC when traffic really starts getting bad. But We'll figure it out. All right, let's go ahead and pull this out so we can take our foil off and take our foil off and put our cheese on top. Oh, it smells so good. I can smell that sausage. The sausage. Let's not burn ourselves. The thing about aluminum foil is it doesn't hold heat very well at all. Let's get my golden forks out. Alrighty. I'll pull one potato off, set over here just to see how. Still a little crunchy. May end up having a little bit longer on it, but they're coming. It's a little crunchy, but they're coming. We may have to go an extra 15 minutes on these, but if we do, we do. And also cheap. But definitely tastes like they're getting done. They're not too crunchy. No, they were, but we'll see. Let's see. Sure the heat element is in this oven. These on the sides. All right. Yeah. Not raw, but they're not done either. 15 minutes might make it. This might make it. Of course, even if I don't, I'm going to fake it. I'll throw them in later after the stream to finish off if I have to. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our fish grill going. Yep, lit already. I'm going to turn that heat down because I don't want to make it too hot in there for them. So you guys can't really see that. Let's adjust this camera down a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about here. So you can see the fish slides out. And I could have just cooked it right there on those wires. That's actually what it's designed for, is cooking the fish. But we're going to cook asparagus on there. We have about 15 minutes, so we're going to turn them in about 5 and turn them again. And we don't want to take care of that. We're going to need that. Alrighty. Got more forks. We can rewash it. Tell you what, while I got the time, if y'all don't mind, let's step back outside. This is where I need that "I'll be right back" screen. I mean, normally I'm pretty good. Normally I make it all the way through my streams without having one, but today was, as I said, a little bit rough. So, be right back. We got about 10 minutes left, 12 minutes left. I'll be right back, and when we get done, or when I get back, we're gonna turn the asparagus in our fish grill. Alrighty. All right, we got 10 minutes left. Oh yeah, it's coming along nicely. Hear it sizzling. Don't want to overcook it though. Don't like it slimy. I'd actually rather have that a little crispy. A little more gas. So I still haven't had a chance to try this. This is something I bought. I need to try it. It's supposed to change colors for soft, medium, and hard boil. I like my eggs about medium. And that's, oh. Every morning for breakfast I have 2 hard-boiled eggs that I buy at 7-Eleven. And the yolks are done just perfect. They're not runny, but they're not solid either. So it's nice and custardy. Makes for a great breakfast. And then I have a yogurt drink that they have over here. And I always either get strawberry or blueberry. Try to change it up a little bit. But that's always good. So the super glue seems to have worked in stopping the bleeding. You can see it's got some blood in it, but it stopped it. That's a good thing. Again, appreciate that wonderful idea, Fi. Let's see what we got going on down here. Oh yeah. That's cooking nicely down there. Starting to look like it maybe we're getting ready to start browning soon. That's good. That's what we want. Yeah, should come off in the shower in the morning. Perfect. 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 Morning comes early here. I have to be at work at 6 o'clock, and it's a mile, just a little over a mile walk for me. Just a little over a mile. But normally I use it to call my people back on the West Coast of the U.S., make sure everything's going all right with them. Try to talk to each one of them a different day. So I end up talking to somebody different every day, just to touch base with them, see how they're doing, seeing what they need from me. Ooh, yeah. A little hot there. I think we're going to go ahead and pull this out here in just a couple of minutes. So my oil's starting to smoke. Just a couple more minutes. Cooled it off a little bit there too. We're down to 6 minutes on the oven timer. And we're going to have to set those over there because I really don't have a hot pad for them. Something I can use for a hot pad? No, I don't want to use these nice towels. So yeah, we're going to pull those out a little early, that way that pan cools down. In fact, I go ahead and plate those up right off of there, then put the pan over here in the sink. Yeah, now we're thinking, Lizzie. Our sponge doesn't need to be there. But yeah, things are coming along good. I think everything's going to come out just nicely. At least I'm hoping. So, tomorrow, what do I got to do tomorrow at work? Oh, we got a big fire drill tomorrow. So, what was it? 10 years ago or so, maybe a little bit longer, a sailor set fire to a U.S. Navy submarine in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard. So they came out with this manual, and now when a ship is in availability, they have to do this huge fire drill. And they bring in Fed Fire, everybody else to help out with the fire drill. And the thought was, when they did this, that it would help to make sure that that never happened again, because we actually lost the ship. Unfortunately, last year, they had started slacking off on these drills, and they lost the ship. They lost the BHR, the Bahama Richard. And a lot of that was because they hadn't practiced these drills with the outside fire departments outside of the ship itself. So now it's a huge push to make sure that these drills get accomplished. So tomorrow morning, we'll get about 3 hours of work in, and then we're going to have to evacuate the ship, take muster of all our people, and stand around and wait while they do their drill. This is their walkthrough for it, so it's probably going to take a little bit longer. And then next week, they're going to actually do the drill. So we're going to lose a day. We're going to lose Wednesday next week. We're going to lose is going to be the actual big drill. So yeah, they bring in the fire trucks, the fire department, they bring in everything. It's a good thing if it works the way it's supposed to. But I think they tend to practice the same drill just too much. Not enough variety, because you never know what's going to happen. But I have my own opinions on what happened on the BHR. Yeah, we got a nice little roundness on them. Pull those out. Woohoo! Hot oil, hot oil, hot oil, hot oil. Yeah, my pan warped a little bit, but that's okay, because it's another $1 pan. I'm not worried about it. See, those actually came out really nice. Let's set this over here out of our way. And we can put some water in there to get any scorching off. Got that there. It looks like the pan's actually coming back to shape. But there's our asparagus. She looks pretty good. And we got just a little over a minute left on the potatoes. So let's get our spoon out to serve those with. And we'll set those right up there like we always do. Not gonna need that. Alright. Let's see. I've crawled around a ship in a full firefighting kit in the dark more than once in my life. It's a scary ass thing to do. It really is. I did it a few times when I was in the Navy myself. Fortunately, never actually had to do it in a real world fire, which is a good thing. We had a few actual real world general quarters, but that was back in 1993 off the coast of Bosnia, Herzegovina, or as it was still known back then, Yugoslavia. And I was on a little FFG, 453 feet long by 45 feet wide. And we were sitting just at the 3-mile limit, or, you know, the technical, you're in international waters. And they didn't like us there. And for a week straight, they let us know they didn't like us there. They sent Styx missile boats out after us one night. Another night, they sent MiGs out after us. Another night, they just locked onto us with some sort of land-based anti-ship missile. So it was a scary week, to say the least. Then they made the mistake of locking onto the ship behind us, which was our oiler. That's our bullets and beans. The Admiral didn't take too kindly to that, and so he ordered at the time, we still had F-14s, so he ordered the F-14s in, and that was the sweetest sound I'd ever heard, was the F-14 screaming overhead to take out the bad guys. We never had a problem with them after that. Alrighty, that actually looks pretty good, and I'm pretty sure it's done now. We're gonna let it cool for a second before we plate it. It's pretty hot. You can still see it bubbling and boiling there. Turn our oven off, and we're gonna have dinner here shortly. Just want to let it cool. And it looks good. You guys can see it pretty well too. I like that overhead camera. It's a neat little setup. I think when I get home though, I'm gonna have to get a USB extension, so because I'm not gonna be able to necessarily set my computer where it's at here. My little setup here is actually kind of cool. Looks yummy. I like cheese. Oh, so do I, Dr. Z. So do I, Dr. Z. But you guys have probably already figured that out. But anyways, I'm going to probably get an extension because right now I'm actually, when I do my streams, I carry my nightstand, set it right here next to, as close as I can get it so that I can still open that drawer. Then I've got the computer sitting on the nightstand, the 5D Mark IV right behind that, and right next to that's my light, and then I have the overhead webcam. So it seems to work pretty good. And the last couple of nights I've contemplating putting some effort into Scout My G opponent, then I think, F it, what did I set last time? Yeah, that looks fine. Absolutely. We can see it bottom right corner. Oh yes, right there. Bottom right corner. I'll just move this up so you don't see anything. There we go. Oh, okay. You can see the computer. Okay. Now I can't. Ha ha ha. Yes, I keep OBS running so I can see the chat and all that stuff. Seems to work fine. But that's where I keep it set up. And it seems to work out pretty well. Seems to work out pretty well. Alright, we've stopped bubbling, so let's go ahead and dig into this and see how it came out. Let's try not to make a mess on this pan. Some of that cheese topping. I'm getting hungry. I feel like Pavlov's dog over here salivating as I look at it. There's some more sausage up there. Oh yeah, that looks like it came up pretty good. You can see it's still pretty hot though, so Let that cool on the plate for a second before I try it. Don't think I'm gonna need a knife tonight. Oh, I got those. I'm gonna need a knife tonight. So we let that cool. Let's try our asparagus. Oh, it's definitely done. A little mushy. That's okay. Got some crunch to it still. I don't know if you guys can hear the crunch, but I can. Yeah. Asparagus came out really good. Wish asparagus would be good with some cheese on it. I can taste the sausage and the cheese. Actually came out really good. Potatoes seem to be done. Maybe not. I could have used a few more minutes in there. But they're done. They're not undone. They're just not completely done. That one's better. It may have just been where it was at. The ones that boiled more may have gotten more done. But actually came out pretty good. No, potatoes aren't quite done. I could have gone a little bit longer on it. Probably should have. Well, I think it was just the top ones that weren't quite done. But that's okay. They'll finish cooking when I put them in the microwave to warm them up. It'll work. Let's see. If I'd have done that, I'd have taken out more of the starch. If I'd have blanched them first, I would have taken out more of the starch, and then I would have risked my cheese sauce being really not thick enough. I guess I could add more flour, but actually all I really had to do is just leave them in there a little bit longer. Like I said, when I warm them up in the microwave, it'll finish them off, and it's not bad. They're not too crunchy. They don't have the bad potato taste from being undercooked. Just a little crunchy. Yeah, I'm happy with it. But anyways, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. I appreciate it. Yes, cheesy potatoes al dente. That's okay. That's okay. I didn't want you guys to have to sit here and sit with me for another 15 minutes. Another 15 minutes and they would have been done. Easy. Sausage is done. Vegetables are done. And as I said, when I warm them up in the microwave tomorrow for lunch at work, they'll finish. But again, thank you all so much for being with me. Any suggestions on where you guys want to go tonight? If you want to send suggestions while I get my phone to see who is live, I will be right back. Take another bite though first. Did he? I didn't see the alert, but I will check. If he did, we'll raid Night War. Oh, let's see here. Close. Twitch. Alright. Well, I don't see Night War on here, but let's see. So we got nobody doing Star Wars right now. But I'm going to send you over to Thisk. How's Thisk sound? All right, so we're gonna rate this. Ah, maybe I just missed the alert. Normally the alerts pop in on my phone. So, again, me and my wanting to be on a touch screen all the time. Trying to touch it, doesn't work. Let's see here. All right. All right, so we're gonna send you all over to Thisk for some Fortnite. I know that's not Fi's favorite. Not mine either, Fi. I feel you. But I'm gonna send you all over there anyways, just because Thisk is normally such a great guy and joins us. But he's busy tonight. That's okay. So we're gonna send it. And it looks like you're just going by yourself, Dr. Z. 3, 2, 1, raid now. Bye-bye.